Good evenings, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Serious Adventures in SeriousPack. So last episode we took a look at the basics. Oops, no, I would not like to broadcast right now. At the basics of Thaumcraft. Started to, make our thermometer and just go around and scan a bunch of things. And I've done quite a bit more off camera, just scanned a few more things. And as you can see, we've quite a few things unlocked now. But before we continue with Thaumcraft, I actually decided, last episode I was talking about if I should make a smeltery from Tinker's Construct for ore doubling or not. And I think I'm gonna do it actually. I'm most likely just gonna use it for ore doubling. I don't think I'm gonna make the tools. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, I would like something to double my ores because, at the beginning I don't have a lot. And if you could, double your ores, that's always awesome. I tried out these refineries from Practicalities because apparently they give you like almost 2 times ores back. There's like a chance to get 2, but it's a very high chance. It's probably like 90% or something. But they seem to be really wonky. Like I tried it with iron and it worked fine. I tried it also with copper, it seemed fine, but I just did osmium. Like I had like 20 osmium or something and they just disappeared. So it's a little bit weird. It doesn't accept like the tin. It doesn't accept the copper from mechanisms. So it's a little bit weird. So I'm probably not going to keep using those. So I'm going to just remove them so that no one else is accidentally going to use them. I'm going to put them up in this chest, take out the old furnace and put them back. Just smelting up some glass here. Do I need this right now? I needed it for something. I don't think I need it right now. Actually, I do. Well, later. But yeah, let's go and make a smeltery. And last episode, I'm actually still recording it on the same day as the last episode. So I don't have, any feedback from you guys yet. But for this series, I kind of wanted to maybe explain things in a little bit more detail. So I think I'm going to do this for Tinker's Construct as well. We're not going to dive too much into Tinker's Construct yet, like I said, so it's not going to be a ton of information, but it's going to be a decent amount. Just trying to figure out where I want to build that thing. Maybe just over here on this side. I don't know. I don't want to build everything too compact. I guess it doesn't really matter. We can always move it. It's just really for ore doubling at the moment, so let's not put it too far away so we don't have to run it a lot. But yeah, here we go. So, to make a smeltery in Tinker's Construct, basically what you want is something called grout. I am grout. Grout is easy. It's just clay, sand, and gravel. Pretty easy. Once you get the grout, you just smelt it into seared bricks. And then with those seared bricks, you can make all kinds of different devices, or blocks, for your smeltery. You have the controller, you have the drain, the casting table, the casting basin, a sear tank, and so on. So a bunch of little things. As soon as you get seared brick, you will get this little book here in your inventory. It just spawns in. The Mighty Smelting. So if you want to know a little bit more about the details about the smeltery and how everything works, might as well go through this book a little bit. See what it has to say. It talks about the different sizes it can be and stuff like that. And here it also shows you what you need at least to get a smeltery going. So you kind of have like a shopping list here. It also shows you a little picture of how to assemble it, and then it talks a little bit more about the different alloys. So what you can do with the smeltery is you can smelt down like your ingots into liquid form. And if you do that, you get twice as much out of it. So if you put it in iron ore, you get 2 ingots out of it. But you can also combine different ores with another one to create an alloy. For example, bronze is made from 3 coppers and 1 tin, and so on. And you kind of see the list here of things that you can combine. And there are a few other things you can do with a smeltery, which we'll not really get into at the moment. It shows you some of the recipes here as well. Very cool. And the reason why I wanted to do this, besides getting the double ore, is actually there are some special ingredients here you can do. For example, if you put in glass, you smelt down the glass and you dump it into the basin, you get clear glass. That's a very nice glass to have. But what we want is this. If you put in an ender pearl into a smeltery, you get resonant ender. And then you can put a piece of obsidian in a basin, and then you dump the resonant ender on top of it, and you get endstone. And this is really useful because we do have these ender lilies that we found throughout the world in like chests and loot bags, those guys. If you can plant them on dirt or other things, and they will very, very, very slowly grow into ender pearls. So it's a very good way of getting ender pearls early on without fighting enderman. But it's very slow. But if you put them on endstone, it's a lot faster. I think it takes like a in-game week for them to grow. So I will want to get some endstone, and obviously we can't just go to the end yet. So that's the best way to get endstone at the moment. So we'll do that. So I made some of these blocks, crafted some up, and we're just gonna set up a fairly small one. I guess I'll make a 5x5 here. And we're gonna put these first down. So you just need a base. And I believe in this version it can be anything. You can even make like a 1x1. But we make, well, I guess it's a 3x3. The inside is 3x3. The outside is 5x5. But yeah, the smallest you can make is 1x1. But let's just make one of those bigger ones. Alright, so there's your ground. And then you just would like build around like this. You don't have to fill in the corners or like the things below. It just has to like, you know, kind of like a cylinder. But yeah, you can leave out the corners similar to like a nether portal. And you can build this pretty high. I don't actually know if there's a limit. There might be of how tall it can be. And the taller it is, the more ingots you can put in at once. But we don't want it super big at the moment. So I'm just gonna see how many blocks I have. I'm just gonna fill them all with this right now. I think we can do one more layer. Oops. I want to place it inside, because then you have to jump back, get the block, and get out of it again. And I'm actually like using, you know, one of these sealed bricks everywhere, which is not really what we want. So once you have the shape, you need a few more things. One of the most important one, the controller. I believe, and I should probably double check this in this book. Oh yeah, here it says. So to place the controller one layer up and the lava tank anywhere on the same level. So this is important. I don't know if you can place the controller like even higher. Or if it has to be on the next level, which would be this one. But it's very important that you put the tank always on the same layer. Or yeah, I guess layer as the controller. So I'm gonna, let's see, I'm gonna do this. Probably gonna put the controller here. I'm gonna put the tank here, and the tank just, oops, the tank stores lava. So you have to feed your smeltery lava to smelt on things. And the controller is like your main block. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm gonna put a piece of glass in the middle. This is just for decoration. And as soon as I did this, like it's a full structure again, you see that particles show up now. So that means your smeltery is complete. And now you can start putting things in and actually smelt it down if you provide it with lava. But we're not quite done yet. We need a way to get, you know, the molten stuff out of the smeltery. So what we'll use for that is the drain. I made 4 of them, so I'm going to put 1 or 2 on this side. And I'm going to put 2 on this side. And they basically let you pump out the liquid. And then on these drains, you need to put a faucet, I think that's how you say it. Just a little thing where like the liquid comes out. And I'm going to put some here too. You can build the thing a little bit higher if you want, but I'm just going to build it on the floor. And then you have 2 things here. You have the casting table and you have the basins. So I made 2 of each, and I think I'm just gonna put, I guess, both of them here, like the tables here. There you go. And the basins on the other side. The basins are pretty much, you know, for like, if you want to get out a whole block. Let's actually go sleep real quick. So like if you have a lot of molten molten ore in there and you want to pump out a whole block of molten ore, you pump them into the basin because it's like one block size. If you want an ingot or something else, you would put it into the casting table. So it's a little bit different. We're gonna have a nap real quick. And basically that's all we have to build for our smeltery. I made a little bit more glass just for decoration so you can look inside. But yeah, it's pretty much what we need. So yeah, but what we need next is lava. We could go, you know, get a bucket and go get some lava. But I just smelted down some glass. And if you take a piece of copper, it's really cheap. And 4 pieces of glass, you get a potable tank from Thermal Expansion. I feel like the recipe changed. It seems a lot cheaper than it used to be. But yeah, very awesome. Also scan it. Always scan it. The cool thing is, even if there's liquid inside, you can break it with a pick. You don't need a special wrench. And it will contain the liquid. So, I'm gonna go down here in our mine shaft and go get some lava and I'll be right back. Oh, also one real quick thing. Last episode at the end I got 2 bags. I got like a epic loot bag and I got a Thaumcraft loot bag and I didn't show what's inside. So I actually emptied the content and this is what we got. Diamond, a V-stone that we'll talk about later. It's from Thaumcraft. Got some gold coins, 2 helmets, gold ingot, another ender pearl, and a nausea splash potion. Just in case you were curious. Alright guys, so I actually made a diamond pickaxe so I can get some obsidian. I believe there's an easier way to get obsidian early on without wasting 3 diamonds, but I don't remember how. I mean, I could probably do a Tinker's Construct pickaxe maybe, but whatever. It will do. We'll get more diamonds. So yeah, we have the 5 obsidian, and I'm gonna do the ender pearl stuff first. So I got my tank full of lava here, 8 buckets, the basic one, and I'm just gonna put this on this side, I guess, because this is where the the tank is. And you just right click with your bucket. It can hold up to 4 buckets inside this tank. And I think you can stack those tanks up too if you want more. But for now, that's fine. That's all we need. Alright, so right click on the controller. And you see interface. And we're going to put in this ender pearl. Make sure you scan it before you do it. Same with the obsidian. So you get all the research points. And now you kind of see this like progress bar going up. And this just indicates how long it takes before the ender pearl melts. And you can kind of see it in there. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna let this melt down real quick, and then we'll come back. All right, it's almost done. While it's still melting, I just want to show you how, or like, just show you the math behind what we're doing right now. If you look at what to use the ender pearl for, and you go all the way to the Tinker's Construct stuff, there's a lot of things here. There it is. It shows you the temperature, which I don't even know if that matters really. But it shows you that 1 ender pearl equals 250 millibuckets of resonant ender. Alright. And we want to make endstone. So if you look up endstone and look how to make it, and you go to the Tinker's Construct recipe, you see you need 1 piece of obsidian in a basin and 50 millibuckets of resonant ender on top of it. You can also do the same with sandstone, but then you need the whole 250 millibuckets. So an entire ender pearl for 1 piece of endstone. If you do it with obsidian, you get 5 pieces of endstone out of it. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. And you can see it's melted now. It's like liquid. And if you right click, this is where you see all your liquids. Right now there's resonant ender. The cool thing is we can put in like our copper, for example, let this melt down, and it would just lie on top. It wouldn't mix because there's no alloy between copper and resonant ender, so it would just like sit on top of here. Alright, very cool. So to get this ender pearl stuff now onto our obsidian, you take your obsidian and you just right click on this basin, and you can see it like puts it inside. Do the same here, and make sure that the resonant ender is at the bottom. So if you had other liquids inside here, you just click on the one you want to put out of the smeltery. And when you click on it, it moves it to the bottom here, like this. So always make sure it's at the bottom. Otherwise it uses a different one. I just right click the faucet. And there you go. It dumps out 50 milli buckets. And after a few seconds, we get endstone. Awesome. You can double check. 200 milli bucks left. Do the same over here. And just repeat. Yeah, and that's how we get our endstone. And with that, we can grow our ender lilies quite fast now. It takes not nearly as long as it would take if you just put them on like sand or dirt or whatever. There we go. Awesome. And again, scan it. Perfect. You can see our copper inside too. You see the blocks and bam, it's done. And there it is, 40 buckets. So if you want to get the copper out of it, you know, just make sure again it's at the bottom. And then you can either put 9 ingots in here. So you always make sure you have 9, at least. You can see how many ingots are inside. If you try to dump in less than 9, it will just stay liquid. And you kind of have to, you know, fill in the rest. Or you have to break it to get rid of it. There's no way to get it back into the smeltery, I believe. Although there might be possible with pipes. I'm not sure. I've never tried that. But yeah, just make sure you have the right amount. And again, after a few seconds, you just get it out. If you want to do just ingots, there's like an additional step we'll have to do to use the casting table. But I think we'll get into that later because I don't have the right alloy right now to do this. We need brass or gold, but I don't want to waste gold, so we need brass for this, which I don't have at the moment. Also, a couple of tips. Let's say you still have stuff inside. There's still 4 ingots inside, and you kind of want to expand your smeltery or change things up. You can just break it. Nothing happens. Still works. So, you know, don't worry about it. Still works. As long as you don't destroy the control, I believe, you should be fine. See, I'm just putting some glasses inside and still working, still inside. And also now you can see, now that we've filled up all of our copper, we have 4 left. And since we don't have the ingot casting stuff yet, if you're stuck with like 4 or something, you can, you know, leave it inside. Or if you want to get it outside, just put in the rest. So 5 more, just melt them down again, 5 ingots. So we'll have 9 inside, and then just dump them into the basin. Very easy. But yeah, we got our endstone now, and don't really know where I want to put it. Here might have been a good place. I might just place them right here. That's exactly 5. Alright, endstone, and then just put on your ender lilies. And like I said, it takes about an in-game week, roughly, and they should grow. Pretty cool. So now we can get some more ender pearls over time. Alright, let's take a break from Tinker's Construct, because we already set up the things we need. Our ender pearls are growing slowly. Can kind of see them from here. We can double our ores right now, so that's pretty cool. Also, by the way, I made a golden bag of holding the other day, so we can store a few more things, especially if you go mine and stuff. It's not super expensive. It's a little bit of gold, wool, and a diamond, so it's not terrible. But yeah, we can, like, you know, multiply our ores now, which is pretty awesome. But let's continue a little bit with Thaumcraft right now. So the next thing we should probably talk about and do is talk about these nodes and auras. So in the world, you can find aura nodes. And if you read this a little bit, it tells you that aura nodes are barely to see to the naked eye. So you can find them, but they're super difficult to see. So you kind of need a thermometer, or later on the goggles of revealing. And basically what you do with them, and let me double check, do I have my wand? Yes. So you use the aura nodes to charge your wands. Now if you look at the wand, it says capacity 25, that means if you hold, no, you can't see it yet. But if I hold the wand in my hand, in the top left corner you can see kind of these 6 vials or whatever, they're empty right now. I can hold shift, it shows you the exact number of how much is inside, and basically each vial is for like one of the prime aspects, and you can drain a node with your wand to fill up your wand with those specific aspects. And here, I don't know if you can see this on the video, but there's like a little faint light here. This is one of these obelisks you can find in the world from Thaumcraft. We can't really do anything with this yet, so don't worry about that. But there's a very faint light. You might not even be able to see this on the video. So what you want to do is take your thermometer and just look at it. And suddenly you can see it. And it tells you aura node. So with everything with your thermometer, just right click and scan it. Alright, so you do get points for researching it, depending on what it is made out of. And it also tells you a little bit about what the node is. Right now this is a sinister one. Sinister one I believe can spawn bad things at night, so not really good to be next to one. And then if you want to charge it, now this one has Ignis inside. Ignis is one of the primal ones, so we can just aim at the node and then right click with your wand and you can see this light coming out. And in the top left corner you can see it's filling up your wand. Alright, and now it's full. Because we can only store 25, so we only have 25 in there. If you look at it now, it has 21 Ignis left, so we sucked out 25. You need to be careful, especially with the iron wand. If you drain the node so that one of the aspects turns 0, there's a chance that it won't regenerate. Like normally over time, see now it's 22 already, it like regenerates over time. But if it's if it's below 0, or I mean if it's 0, there's a chance that it might not recharge, so be careful with that. There's something we should unlock very soon that will help us to not accidentally drain aura nodes, but it still doesn't work. Like, you need a better wand than this. If you just have the iron cap wand, it won't really work. Alright, so right now I should just like walk around, look around with my thermometer and see if we can find a node. You have to be somewhat close to them before you can actually see them. And one thing I usually do is when I try to find one, I just select the thermometer and press F1 to hide my UI. It's a little bit less in your face, like you see a lot better like this, and it will still show you the aura nodes, so you can still see them. I happen to know that there is one this way, so I kind of want to walk over here. I saw it the other day, and you can also see them through blocks, so if there's something behind the wall, you would see it through it, but like I said, you need to be somewhat close. And there you can kind of see it in the distance. Hopefully you can see it on the video. Sort of in the center, there's a node, and like you can see it through the wall too. Alright, so let's go over to this node. I haven't scanned it yet, so I'm not sure which one this is. This looks like a good one. This is a normal one, and it has Aqua and Terra. Now you can see Aqua, it's a little bit hard to see. It only has 21 Aqua inside. Our one can hold 25, so be careful when you drain this one. Do not destroy it. You don't wanna empty the whole node. You wanna keep it. So I'm like kind of looking at the top there, and I'm gonna stop here. 6 can go a little bit further. I should probably stop here. There's only 3 left. So we'll let this recharge over time. You don't have to be nearby to let it recharge. It just does it over time, even if the chunk isn't loaded, which is pretty cool. And yeah, basically that's what you want to do. You want to go around the world, find nodes, scan them, and try to charge up your wand, because you will need the wand eventually to craft things. Also, just for like terminology sakes, the aspects that are inside a node, aspects that are inside a node or in your wand are called Vs, VIS. That's just the name for it. Any aspects in liquid form is called essentia. So those are like the 3 kind of main names we need: essentia, Vs, and aspects. It's pretty much the same. It's just a different form of them. And I believe there was one more node on this hill here, so I'm gonna go climb this real quick and see if we can find something. Yeah, there it already is. Kinda can see it through the wall again. This one seems to have Terra and Ignis, maybe? It looks like it always accepts the color too of the aspects it has. So let's scan it. Ignis and Terra, there you go. So Terra is almost full, Ignis is already full, so just cap it off a little bit. And scanning aura nodes is also a very, very good way of getting research points, because eventually you scanned every single item in the game, or close to it, and it's going to be very easy to get more research points. There are a few ways to still get them. Oh, there's another node. There's still a few ways to get research points, but scanning nodes is definitely one of the better ones. This one has a lot of Ignis. And you also kind of want to keep track of what these nodes have. If you see a node that has like a lot of aspects inside, for example, this is 48 Ignis, that one is actually a decent one. You might want to set a waypoint, because you'll you'll need it later on. Also, if you like, you know, need to charge up your wand again, you know where you can find nodes to go back to and charge your wand. If you're playing this mod pack, I do have the Thaumcraft node tracker mod. Oh, that's a new village. Should probably check that one out too. If you open the Thaumcraft node tracker, it keeps track of every single node you scanned, and I just realized it still has the data from the other server, so I need to delete those. It's too bad. I'm just gonna delete all of them and rescan some nodes. If you need to rescan some nodes, like if I go back to this one now and just right click on it, it doesn't rescan it, but the node tracker will enter, you know, that node to the dictionary. So I'm gonna go around, scan a few nodes, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm running around trying to find a aura node with auto, and auto always seems to be the one that I'm missing a lot. So if you find auto nodes, make sure you keep track of them, because I'm pretty sure you'll need them. It seems to be like the most common or the most used aspect in everything. Even when doing research, I'm always out of auto. But I just realized something. There is also another way to recharge your wand. It's not super fast, but it works pretty well. So even though I didn't find any auto yet, I actually have 7 on my wand, the white number. And you get that from, if I kill a mob. It's probably not the weakest mob right now. He's pretty equipped with his armor here. So let's kill some of these mobs. And you will notice that besides, come on, just die. Besides the experience points, those, you know, green ones that you can probably also scan. I don't actually know. Oh, there was one. Experience mob. Yeah, you can scan it, and we got a clue. You will find, do we have any here right now? Sometimes they drop like little other glowy bits that sort of look like, experience points, but they aren't experience points. Those are aspect orbs, and when you collect them, it charges your wand. So you can see we actually have 8 auto right now. That's because we killed one of those guys, and they dropped an auto aspect. I don't know if specific mobs drop specific aspects, or if it's just random or something. We could try this again. This is like a zombie spawner in here. Oh, hello. You just spawn right outside. Great. I just want those little glowy bits. You see that? So if I collect that, that will most likely charge my wand. So that's a way to get them too. If you have like a mob trap or something, just get a bunch, you know, kill a bunch of mobs and it should charge. 11 now. So since I can't really find any aura node now with auto, I'm gonna go back for now, and then we'll do some other stuff. Alright, so let's look at our Summonomicon. There are a couple of things I would like to unlock. One of the things would be advanced node tapping, but you can see we are actually missing a aspect here. I happen to know which one it is. It is Aurum, and I believe you only get it if you scan a wisp. A wisp is, I don't know, they probably talk about it somewhere. I just don't know where. But anyway, there are wisps. It's complicated to say too. Like floaty little guys. And if you scan them, you get Aurum. But you can also combine air and Prikadashu. There it is. Aurum. So let's see. Do we have enough for it? Yes. So advanced node tapping. What this does, it lets you draw V's from nodes a lot quicker. Build it and creative. Alright, so the next one I really want is Node Preserver, because like I said, if you keep draining nodes, you actually break them. And I kind of would like to prevent this from happening. So let's get 3 more Aurum. There we go. And get this one. So now what it does is, if you draw V's from a node, it will always leave at least 1 V's left, unless you hold shift. If you sneak, then you can still drain it to 0. But it also warns you here that the iron wand still isn't efficient enough. It will always destroy nodes, no matter what. So we need a better wand. So let's look at the wand stuff here. So the first one we can unlock is the Great Wood Wand Core. This is like the next version of the basic one. So let's unlock this one. And I mentioned last time that I'm playing on easy mode. What this means is that I can buy these researches always by just spending the aspects. Normally, if you play on normal mode, with some of these researches, you get a note. You get like a research paper that you put here into your little table, and you have to solve like a little mini game, which I guess they show you a little bit of this in here. Like you see this little mini game where you have to connect the dots and stuff. But I did this so many times I disabled it because I don't want to do it all the time. So that's why I can just click on things and buy it. Great Wood Wand. So this is actually one of the first arcane workbench crafting recipes. This is something we have to do in the arcane workbench. We can't use a normal crafting table. And it shows you that you need the wand for it to craft it, and it requires 3 pedicio to actually craft it. The only thing we don't have yet is the great wood log. So I'm gonna have to go get some. I know where a tree is, but I just haven't gotten it yet. Another thing is our little iron caps. They aren't very good, so let's unlock the gold ones. They're a little bit better. It's far superior focusing agent than iron, and one's cap with this material takes no penalty when used to channel Vs. So I don't know if that says this here, channel Vs. I think it's this one. Like right now it says everything we craft using this wand, if we put it in our arcane crafting bench and we craft with it, everything costs 110% of what it actually costs. So if we would craft this one, which costs 3, we would actually have to pay 110% of this and not 100. And the better ones you get, the less it will cost. So it's always good to have like a better wand. So I'm going to work towards getting a better wand. Alright, here's one of these gigantic trees. This is a great wood tree. They're pretty awesome. A little bit difficult to chop down if you don't have like a axe that can, take down a tree in one go. So I'm not going to bother taking down everything. I'm just going to grab a few pieces. Also, while we're here, make sure to scan it. It actually has Bricantaccio inside, which is nice, because sometimes you need that. And yeah, just grab a few pieces. Sometimes you can find a great wood tree that has spider webs on the side. If they do, you want to dig down below the stump here, because it will have a chest and also a cave spider spawner. So be careful. But yeah, it always has some goodies inside. So I'm just going to grab a few of these. I'm going to come back later to, get the rest. But for now, it will be good enough. Alright guys, so I should have everything to make our better wand. So first of all, put our normal one in here so we can craft. I got a little bit of gold. So we're going to make 2 golden caps. And you can see they actually cost stuff too. So hopefully we will have enough left to craft things. And you saw it costed 3.3. That's because if you actually make them, they cost 3 each. But because we have that 110%, it's a little bit more expensive. Kind of worried that we won't have enough auto left for what I want to do, but we'll see. Then we also take 2 of these great wood logs that I got. Okay, make a wand. Before we do anything with that, drop it on the ground, scan it. Always good to scan it. I think I scanned... No, those we haven't. There we go. Alright. And then just combine both in the same crafting table. Oh, there you go. And we will get... Oh, I knew it. We don't have enough. So I need a little bit more auto, so I'll be right back. Alright, a good half an hour later. Oh man. I still haven't found an auto one, but I killed a bunch of mobs. And here we go. The gold bayonet great wood wand. And as you can see, this one actually stores 50 instead of 25. It doesn't show us right now what the V's discount on it is. But the other advantage is that it will not break the nodes if you have the node preservation thing unlocked and you don't hold shift. So that's pretty cool. So we need to go out and charge that one eventually. Episode's probably super long. One thing I want to craft real quick is the goggles of revealing. I just unlocked them. It's a very easy recipe. So why don't we just make this real quick? So we need, first of all, 2 of these thermometers again. And I forgot the glass. Alright, got the glass. So not prepared. Oh, is it the other way around? I always mess this up. There you go. Make 2 of them. While you're at it, scan one of them, because that's probably the only time you'll ever get a chance to, and it has quite a few things inside. And then we need 4 leather, such as this. Put our 2 thermometers here, thermometers, and a piece of gold or 2 or something. I always forget. Oh, there you go. And luckily we still have enough V's left to craft this. Goggles of revealing, pretty cool. Scan it, as always. Aha. And now what you can do with them, first of all, if you look at it, it says V's discount 5%. So if you wear them and you craft something in this table, you get at least 5% of a discount. But if you put them on, you can actually now see nodes and stuff. So you don't need to hold your thermometer in front of you anymore. You can just wear them. They look pretty fancy, especially with those frog helmets. And yeah, they show you all the information about nodes when you see them. So, you know, it's a lot easier to see now because we don't have that thing in our face. So if I run over here, you can already see the node in the background glowing up. And it also tells you more about, you know, like Thaumcraft related things, such as nodes. So if you just look at it, it actually tells you right away how many aspects it has. You don't need to hover over it. And if I take off my goggles, you don't see it anymore. So pretty cool. Very useful thing to have. I do recommend getting it very early on. It makes finding nodes so much easier. And yeah, but I think that will be it for this episode. I'm gonna go ahead, probably unlock a few more things off camera, and then next time we'll see what else we do. I don't know yet. Probably unlock more things. Do some alchemy. See. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.